Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 1, Creation, Chapter 12, Birth of Emperor Parikshit. शौनक उवाच अश्वत्थाम्नोपसृष्टेन ब्रह्मशीर्ष्णोरुतेजसा उत्तरायाहतो गर्भ ईशेनाजीवितः पुनः.
The sage Shaunaka said, "The womb of Uttara, mother of Maharaja Parikshit, was spoiled by the dreadful and invincible Brahmastra weapon released by Ashwatthama. But Maharaja Parikshit was saved by the Supreme Lord.
Tasya janma mahabuddhehe karmani cha mahatmanaha nidanam cha yataivasit sapretyagatavan yata."
How was the great Emperor Parikshit, who was a highly intelligent and great devotee, born in that womb? How did his death take place? And what did he achieve after his death?
Tadidam shrotumichamo gatitum yadi manyase bruhina shraddhadananam yasya jnanam adachukaha.
We all respectfully want to hear about him, Maharaja Parikshit, to whom Shukadeva Goswami imparted transcendental knowledge. Please speak on this matter.
Suta uvacha apipaladdharma rajaha pitrubad ranjayan prajaha nispruha sarvakamebhyaha krishna padanusevaya.
Sri Suta Goswami said, Emperor Yudhishthira administered generously to everyone during his reign. He was exactly like his father. He had no personal ambition and was freed from all sorts of sense gratification because of his continuous service unto the lotus feet of the Lord Shri Krishna.
Sampada kratavo loka mahishi brataro mahi jambudvipaadipatyam cha yashascha tridivam gatam.
News even reached the celestial planets about Maharaja Yudhishthira's worldly possessions, the sacrifices by which he would attain a better destination, his queen, his stalwart brothers, his extensive land, his sovereignty over the planet Earth, his fame, etc.
Kim te kāmāsurasprāha mukunda manasodvijaha adijahrurmudam rajñaha shruditasya yatetare.
O Brahmanas, the opulence of the king was so enchanting that the denizens of heaven aspired for it. But because he was absorbed in the service of the Lord, nothing could satisfy him except the Lord's service.
Mathur garbhagato viraha satata bhrugunandana tadarsha purusham kanchid dahyamanostra tejasa.
O son of Bhrigu, Shaunaka, when the child Parikshit, the great fighter, was in the womb of his mother Uttara and was suffering from the burning heat of the Brahmastra thrown by Ashwatthama, he could observe the Supreme Lord coming to him.
Angushta matram amalam spurat purata maulinam apivyadharshanam shyamam taditvasa samachyutam.
He, the Lord, was only thumb high, but he was all transcendental. He had a very beautiful, blackish, infallible body, and he wore a dress of lightning yellow and a helmet of blazing gold. Thus he was seen by the child.
Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam tapta kanchana kundalam kshatajākṣam gadāpānim ātmanas sarvatodisham paribhramantam ulkāmam prāmayantam gadām muhu.
The Lord was enriched with 4 hands, earrings of molten gold, and eyes blood red with fury. As he loitered about, his club constantly encircled him like a shooting star.
Astra tejasvagadaya niharam iva ghopatihi vidamantam sannikarshe paryakshata kaityasau.
The Lord was thus engaged in vanquishing the radiation of the Brahmastra, just as the sun evaporates a drop of dew. He was observed by the child, who thought about who he was.
Viduyatat ameyatma Bhagavan dharma gupvibuhu Mishado dashamasasya tatraivanthardade harihi.
While thus being observed by the child, the Supreme Lord, personality of Godhead, the super soul of everyone, and the protector of the righteous, who stretches in all directions and who is unlimited by time and space, disappeared at once.
Tata sarva gunodarke sanukula grahodaye Jagye vamshadara pandor Huya pandur ibaujaza.
Thereupon, when all good signs of the zodiac gradually evolved, the heir apparent of Pandu, who would be exactly like him in prowess, took birth.
Tasya pritamana raja viprairdaumya krupadibihi jatakam karayam asa vacha itvacha mangalam.
King Yudhishthira, who was very satisfied with the birth of Maharaja Parikshit, had the purificatory process of birth performed. Learned Brahmanas, headed by Daumya and Krupa, recited auspicious hymns.
Hiranyam gham mahim graman hastyashvan nrupatirvaran pradat svannam cha viprebhyaha prajatirte satirtavite.
Upon the birth of a son, the king, who knew how, where, and when charity should be given, gave gold, land, villages, elephants, horses, and good food grains to the Brahmanas.
Tamochur brahmanas tushta rajanam prashrayanvitam येष ह्यस्मिन् प्रजातन्तौ पुरूणां पौरवर्षभ.
The learned Brahmanas, who were very satisfied with the charities of the king, addressed him as the chief amongst the Purus and informed him that his son was certainly in the line of descent from the Purus.
दैवेन प्रतिकातेन शुक्ले संस्थाम् उपेयुषि रातो वोऽनुग्रहार्ताय विष्णुना प्रभविष्णुना.
The Brahmanas said, "This spotless son has been restored by the all-powerful and all-pervasive Lord Vishnu, the personality of Godhead, in order to oblige you. He was saved when he was doomed to be destroyed by an irresistible supernatural weapon.
तस्मान्नाम्ना विष्णुरात इति लोके भविष्यति न संदेहो महाभाग महाभागवतो महान्.
For this reason, this child will be well known in the world as one who is protected by the personality of Godhead. O most fortunate one, there is no doubt that this child will become a first-class devotee and will be qualified with all good qualities."
श्रीराजोवाच अप्येष वंश्यान् राजर्षीन् पुण्यश्लोकान् महात्मनः अनुवर्तितास्विद्यशसा साधुवादेन सत्तमाः.
The good king Yudhishthira inquired, "O great souls, will he become as saintly a king, as pious in his very name, and as famous and glorified in his achievements as others who appeared in this great royal family?"
श्री ब्राह्मणा ऊचुः पार्थ प्रजापिता साक्षात् इक्ष्वाकुर् इव मानवः ब्रह्मण्य सत्यसन्धश्च रामो दाशरथिर्यथा.
The learned Brahmanas said, "O son of Pritha, this child shall be exactly like King Ikshvaku, son of Manu, in maintaining all those who are born. And as for following the Brahmanical principles, especially in being true to his promise, he shall be exactly like Rama, the personality of Godhead, the son of Maharaja Dasharatha."
येष दाता शरण्यश्च यथा ह्यौषी नरर्षिभिः यशोऽपितनितास्मानां दौष्यन्तिरिव यज्वनाम्.
This child will be a munificent donor of charity and protector of the surrendered, like the famous king Shibi of the Ushinara country. And he will expand the name and fame of his family like Bharata, the son of Maharaja Dushyanta.
तन्विनाम् अग्रणीर्येष तुल्यश्चार्जुनयोर्द्वयोः हुताश इव दुर्दर्शः समुद्र इव दुस्तरः.
Amongst great bowmen, this child will be as good as Arjuna. He will be as irresistible as fire and as unsurpassable as the ocean.
मृगेन्द्र इव विक्रान्तो निषेव्यो हिमवान् इव तितिक्षुर्वसुदेवासौ सहिष्णुपितराविव.
This child will be as strong as a lion and as worthy a shelter as the Himalaya mountains. he will be forbearing like the earth and as tolerant as his parents.
पितामह समसाम्ये प्रसादे गिरिशोपमः आश्रय सर्वभूतानां यथा देवो रमाश्रयः.
This child will be like his grandfather Yudhishthira or Brahma in equanimity of mind. He will be munificent like the lord of the Kailasa hill, Shiva. And he will be the resort of everyone, like the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, who is even the shelter of the goddess of fortune.
सर्वसद्गुणमाहात्म्ये येष कृष्णम् अनुव्रतः रन्ति देव इवोदारो ययातिरिव धार्मिकः.
This child will be almost as good as Lord Shri Krishna by following in his footsteps. In magnanimity, he will become as great as King Ranti Deva, and in religion, he will be like Maharaja Yayati.
Drutya bhali samakrishne prahrada iva sadgraha आहार्तैषोश्वमेधानां वृद्धानां पर्युपासकः.
This child will be like Bali Maharaja in patience, a staunch devotee of Lord Krishna like Prahlada Maharaja, a performer of many Ashvamedha horse sacrifices, and a follower of the old unexperienced men.
राजर्षीणां जनयिता शास्ता चोत्पथगामिनां निग्रहीता कलेर्येष भुवो धर्मस्य कारणात्.
This child will be the father of kings who will be like sages. For world peace and for the sake of religion, he will be the chastiser of the upstarts and the quarrelsome.
तक्षकात् आत्मनो मृत्युं द्विजपुत्रोपसर्जितात् प्रपत्स्यत उपश्रुत्य मुक्तसङ्गपदं हरेः.
After hearing about his death, which will be caused by the bite of a snake bird sent by a son of a Brahmana, he will get himself freed from all material attachment and surrender unto the personality of Godhead, taking shelter of him.
जिज्ञासितात्मयातार्त्यो मुनेर्व्याससुतात् असौ हित्वेदं नृपगङ्गायां यास्यत्यद्दा कुतो भयम्.
After inquiring about proper self-knowledge from the son of Vyasadeva, who will be a great philosopher, he will renounce all material attachment and achieve a life of fearlessness.
इति राज्ञ उपादिश्य विप्राजातककोविदाः लब्धापचितयः सर्वे प्रतिजग्मुस्वकान् गृहान्.
Thus, those who were expert in astrological knowledge and in performance of the birth ceremony instructed King Yudhishthira about the future history of his child. Then, being sumptuously remunerated, they all returned to their respective homes.
स एष लोके विख्यातः परीक्षित् इति यत्प्रभुः पूर्वं दृष्टम् अनुद्यायन् परीक्षेत नरेष्भिः.
So his son would become famous in the world as Parikshit, examiner, because he would come to examine all human beings in his search after that personality whom he saw before his birth. Thus he would come to constantly contemplate him.
Sarajaputro babrude Ashu shukla ivodupaha Apuryamana pitrubihi Kashtabir ibasonbaham.
As the moon in its waxing fortnight develops day after day, so the royal prince Parikshit very soon developed luxuriantly under the care and full facilities of his guardian grandfathers.
Yakshyamanōshvamedena Nyatidroha jihasaya Raja labdadano datyau Nanyatra karadhandayo.
Just at this time, King Yudhishthira was considering performing a horse sacrifice to get freed from sins incurred from fighting with kinsmen. But he became anxious to get some wealth, for there were no surplus funds outside of fines and tax collection.
Tadapi pretama lakshya pratarochuta choditaha Danam prahinam ajahrur Udichyam dishi bhurishaha.
Understanding the hearty wishes of the king, his brothers, as advised by the infallible Lord Krishna, collected sufficient riches from the north left by King Maruta.
Thena sambruta sambaro Dharmaputro Yudhishthiraha Vajimedhaistribhirbhito Yajñai samayajadharim.
By those riches, the king could procure the ingredients for 3 horse sacrifices. Thus the pious King Yudhishthira, who was very fearful after the battle of Kurukshetra, pleased Lord Hari, the personality of Godhead.
Ahuto Bhagavan Rajñā Yājayitva dvijairnrupam Uvasakati chinmasan Suhurdam priyakam yaya.
Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, being invited to the sacrifices by Maharaja Yudhishthira, saw to it that they were performed by qualified twice-born Brahmanas. After that, for the pleasure of the relatives, the Lord remained a few months.
Tato rajñāpyanugnātaha Krishnaya saha bandhubihi Yayau dvaravatim brahman Sarjuno yadubirvrutaha.
O Shaunaka, thereafter the Lord, having bade farewell to King Yudhishthira, Draupadi and other relatives, started for the city of Dwaraka, accompanied by Arjuna and other members of the Yadu dynasty.
Hari Om Tat Sat.